Ready to go. Hello, boys. Billy, Coon, Armin in the house. Armin in the house. Oh, yeah, we're looking for an extra microphone. There we go.
All right.
There. All right. We'll swing that over there. Actually, you take this one.
Sure. I'll take this one, and you take that one.
There we go. Okay. I was using the other mic today because Josh insists that this Sennheiser RE20 industry standard microphone, $425 retail.
It's an EV.
Piece.
RE20s are the standard.
RE20s, EVs are good. Some are, Shure SMB 80s that their preference, but it's Coke and Pepsi basically.
Yeah.
I was told
I'm a Coke guy, by the way.
Okay, I was told Coon's on his own RE20 Black Edition, nice.
It's an RC Cola.
Studio. Oh. I was told that this microphone is ass. That's the technical term.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Josh?
Okay.
Josh did.
But what kind of ass is it? That's the question.
Swamp ass is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Swamp ass? It's swamp ass?
Bring ass.
One that
Okay, well, swamp ass is one thing.
Is it red ass? What do guys get? They get red ass when they're mad. They get swamp ass when they're hot and sweaty.
I don't know where to go.
They get puckered ass when they're nervous about something.
Sure.
Yep,
Okay.
definitely.
414-799-1973. All the different asses. Bring your asses to the talk and text line this morning.
Oh,
They already
they'll
did
be
that.
there.
They already did that.
First of all, you guys had a banger of a show today, debating the whole. You guys talking about flexing on parenting and all that stuff.
I loved it.
It was great.
Could called you. What did he call you? A flexer, Butch?
I think he called me a flexer
And then-
parent. Bring him out. Yeah.
You went back at him and said, "I don't care what you say."
I didn't.
I could not.
There's
get
one
out of
thing
my
I don't
car.
care about. I'm not going to be. I'm going
I'll tell
to
you,
do
Mike,
what I do with
don't
my
pull your
kids.
punches
That's
now
one
that
thing
we're
you
in
don't
here.
go.
Listen, I felt like today's show was a hard pad cracking practice.
It
Billy.
was. You
Sure.
got worried.
I felt like we got a lot of good stuff done.
That's what Wednesdays used to be in the NFL.
I'm driving in.
Were Wednesdays the day, Coon?
They used to be the day.
We
Used to
listen to
be. Yeah, I
Zabe's
agree.
mic. Doesn't it sound like ass right now?
It really does, actually.
Yeah.
Here, why don't you try this mic condom?
Hello.
Right.
One,
Yeah.
two,
Why don't you try that
one,
mic
two.
condom on there? See if that
Yeah,
works a
put
little
the
better.
muff on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Hello,
Oh, boy.
1, 2.
Better.
Is that better, Josh?
No,
Sibilance.
still ass.
No, still bad.
Not good.
It's-
Josh, you're
It
spot on.
sounds
It's bad.
thin to me. A little bit thin.
tinny.
Loses the
Can you
low
change
end.
your
You're a little
voice?
tinny.
Maybe.
Oh, yes. Let me try to channel my inner low voice.
No, that didn't help.
So I'm driving in.
Hi, everybody.
There goes that story.
Maybe we
So-
do that.
When did
one
Hunter
more
come
time.
in?
Hey, Hunter's here.
Man, rough streets. Armin has a dream he would
right.
like to put onto the leather
Next
couch
story.
of
Yeah.
group psychoanalysis.
I have a lot of
And
weird.
skip. All right.
All right. What?
No, it'll be good.
I have a lot of weird. I have a lot of
Go
weird
ahead.
dreams. I had another one last night, and I couldn't get back to sleep.
You, Heller, and
Heller was flying us in the
First
in
of
a
all,
plane.
it was a dream that woke you out of a dead sleep.
Oh, I woke up in a huff and a scary, one of those things.
Okay. All right.
And we were in a plane flying, and Heller was flying it. It was some sort of small private.
Captain Heller.
He was flying it.
Yes, Captain Mike Heller here. We're about 30 minutes out of Phoenix.
Another guy in the co-pilot seat that I didn't know who it was.
Brian,
Everybody,
no.
Shay?
Everybody else was in there. Shay wasn't
Funny that
Shay.
you went Shay and I went no.
No, because this guy was calm and had everything figured out. It wasn't Shay.
Of all the people I wouldn't
Flying
want flying a
co-pilot
plane,
with Mike Keller.
it's Shay Raftus.
Was there a boss,
Come
Brett
on,
Andrews, who
guys.
just
Come
poked
on
his head
now.
out the window? Or?
He panicked on the
Come
board.
on, guys. Don't give Shay
Okay.
that smoke.
That's his
Anyway,
boy.
So
Anyway.
Captain Heller, and it was not just a Heller that you didn't know, it was our Mike Heller.
No, it was Mike Heller.
So in other
Heller.
words, he still
yes.
did his radio show, but he was a pilot on the side.
We were on our way.
presumably.
We were on our way going to an event to
Presumably.
cover. I know Josh was in there.
I was in the plane.
Zabe wasn't.
Great.
I don't think Butcher's Coon
Coon
was.
were on there,
Shanna
okay.
was in there.
Okay, you, Josh, Shanna,
Drew was sleeping.
Heller. Drew was on the plane, sleeping on the
Yeah,
plane.
and I was there. And
Realistic.
it was only 3 rows. And
I'm so glad
it
I'm
was
not
like-
on this flight.
I know.
Yeah.
What
we
is
now,
it? Are
we
you
now
sure
know
Billy's not on
who
there?
Armin A likes at the station,
No, no,
Billy,
Yep.
no.
and who he respects the most.
That makes
Heller.
sense.
Well,
Yep.
I do respect
Heller
Heller,
is the
but that's
mature
not.
captain of
I don't
Armin's
think.
life.
I don't think that's. Anyway, we were flying over a big body of water, which doesn't make sense from Milwaukee to Phoenix.
Lake Havasu,
It's not that big,
the
though.
Ozarks.
Possible those are small lakes. This was a
Well,
big
when
body.
you take off, you go over Lake Michigan. Or
You
did we
could.
just take off.
No, it was near the end of the flight. We were about 30 minutes from landing, and the plane was going down real bad for a second. You could feel your stomach, and then we're
I
getting to
know
the
what that
water.
feels like, Butch.
Heller very
Sure do.
calmly pulls it up,
He died.
and we're on top of the water.
So he
Like
pulls a Sully Sullenberger.
easy. No, we didn't
Sure.
land in the water though. He pulls it up, no problem. Looks back at me, says, "Do you have any gum?" This is what happened. So
Do you have any
Ears
gum?
were popping. Yeah.
I came here to save our lives
Yeah.
and chew gum.
And I'm all out of gum.
and they, yeah. And then we were about to
Poor
land,
Laura.
and I remember putting my jacket over my face, and he goes, "All right, we're gonna land soon. That the slide is coming out." And it was a weird thing. We landed like in a tunnel. We landed in a tunnel, and
On
then
the water?
no, we landed on a runway in a tunnel, but it was a big inflatable slide, and we all just slid out of the plane. It was a really
Wow,
bizarre
so
dream.
it was not a
Mike saved your
crash
life.
No,
landing,
he put it down. Heller put
but-
the plane down.
but you still exited via the emergency slide. So it was
Yeah.
sort of.
But it was super ordinary for everybody else.
What
Nobody
was Heller's demeanor?
super calm, super ordinary. Nobody
That's
was freaking
how he
out
rolls.
except me.
Yep.
It was really crazy.
Well, who wants to be the first to take a stab at this? The doctor is in. Analyze. Texter is 414-799-1973.
I have some crazy dreams all the time. If you want to do this, I mean, I do some weird dreams.
Did you eat a lot of candy?
Last night,
Right.
I
How
had
many
I need to
milk
know that-
duds
I
did
need to
you
know
have? How
why
many
it-
Twizzlers?
Yeah.
I had Nerds clusters and the leftover Reese's that no one
nice.
came to trick or treat for. Once again, I'm 0 for 7. 7 years I've been in my condo. Not one kid comes to trick or treat. So
I'll come today.
I told Laura I had to get some just in case. I have to get candy just in case. Don't want to be face to face with a child that's expecting a piece and I don't have a piece of candy.
Okay.
So
I think the dream identifies who you are most your most affinity for your coworkers, and they were on the plane, and that's fine. That I was not on the plane, nor Billy or Kuhn. I think the person you respect the
Fine.
most is Heller, and I concur with that. I too respect Heller. I would want him flying the plane, and I believe that the lake and the near crash landing represents the eternal peril of this business, radio,
oh boy.
being such a
Hmm.
what? Am I?
Yeah, it's
how
a-
am I doing
It's
so
a
far,
dark,
Josh?
it's dark, but
Josh, how
I
about
mean,
you?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I don't like it, but you know,
You don't
especially
think so?
because I was on the plane with him.
you were fine.
The plane's
You
going
were
down.
chilling though.
You were looking at your phone the whole
I
time.
don't, the fact that he said I wasn't freaking out was I was waiting for him to be like, Josh was freaking out. He wouldn't shut up. He didn't say that. So I thought that
So
was
I
interesting.
have strange dreams every once in a while, and I like to go onto the internet and see what they mean here. A couple of these say an airplane landing in a dream symbolizes that you have successfully completed the journey of your life after
Oh.
encountering multiple
This is it.
hardships and troubles in life.
I did
Hey,
it.
Armin.
Sounds like you're done.
Bye. Bye.
Sounds like you're all good.
I did it, guys.
Hey,
All right.
Lived
You
a
completed.
full life, my friend.
Thank
Good
you.
for you.
you can
Good
say
night.
you lived.
Don in
Man.
Green Bay says, I think it means Armin's pregnant.
I'm not.
Okay.
So
There's Laura.
You sure?
me?
Not that you know of.
I had a lot of crazy
there's
dreams
no
when we
news.
found that out, and a plane landing wasn't one of them.
Did Armin have some Happy Place gummies last night?
No, he won't take any.
Yes,
That was going to be
Zabe's-
my question: is what is Armin taking to help him relax before? Are you a melatonin guy? How many milligrams? Are you CBM? Are you CBD?
Let's go through your
What
whole
is it?
medical history.
What do you,
actually.
do you drink a
Nothing.
big glass of milk before you go to bed? Some people do that. What do you do?
No.
I don't
Honestly,
seem like a
nothing.
How do you
warm milk
nestle
kinda guy.
yourself in?
I was watching before bed. I was
Tuck
watching an
myself
old
in.
Packer game. I was watching an old Packer game.
Well, that'll do it.
Was it a good
feels like a
game or
turbulent
bad
air-
old Packer
airplane
game?
ride.
Because if it was a bad
No.
one,
Yeah,
I
Which-
was
what year?
I was watching the Packers Bears Halloween game, the crazy
Oh,
rain
yeah.
snow wind game, because it was Halloween. So I just figured
94?
That's
It
the
was
one you
nice.
told me to
People
watch.
watch
yesterday.
Halloween movies. Armin watches Packer
Yeah.
Halloween
Right.
games on Halloween.
Yeah.
We watched Hocus Pocus like a
Yeah.
normal family.
Like a normal family.
You,
I hate that movie.
you do know
I hate
Armin
it too.
because I was living
also hate it.
I was living in Northbrook, Illinois
I
at the
don't get
time
to
at the
choose
one-on-one Sports Radio Network on
Okay.
that day, and there was a small twin turboprop
That went
commuter
down.
plane that crashed that night
Yeah, I remember that story.
in that storm. So
Yeah.
maybe that was part of what was in your head. You were on a plane, and that was the night of the plane crash in the back of your
Oh,
mind. You think
wow.
about that?
But Heller saved us.
Well, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
better
we
thank
looked
him at
down.
noon.
John the engineer says,
Hello.
turns out the plane they were on was one of those ones that lands on water, and that's why Armin was the only one freaking out. Guys, we land on water. We're like, yeah, it's supposed to.
Yeah, but
It's
it
all
was
good.
no,
We
we,
got
were,
pontoons.
we were nosediving, so it wasn't supposed to land like that.
Okay.
So you can guy or whatever guy.
801. I
John
think
the
he's had
engineer. You can just go tell him.
801. I think he's had too
Sorry,
many
John.
pickles.
No,
Armin,
it wasn't a pickle
did you OD
issue.
it on the pickles?
No, but I've eaten a lot of pickles in my life, so that definitely is not the issue.
Drop.
Well, whatever. I like pickles. By the way, if you're out there, Van Holten's Pickles, I know you're in a Wisconsin company. If you're out there, I'd love to.
Had a baby.
endorse you.
Get
Nick
that
and-
endorsement.
Yeah.
No free shout outs, but
Hey, sales ain't getting
That's,
for it.
that's
Get
the
it
way to
yourself,
get 'em.
man.
That's
Am
how
I-
you get them.
am I
If the
supposed to do
company's not going to do it for you, do it for yourself.
Van Holten
I'm
is
all about it.
It's a
Do it,
great
Armin.
product. Van Holten's pickle. It's a great product.
Nick and West
Individual
Bend, I now
rep.
regret every time I've ever tried to explain a dream to someone thinking it was crazy. Yeah.
I don't care.
920.
It's
Drew's
a dream.
asleep. Drew was asleep because he did have his happy place hemp
Mm-hmm.
and he was good to go.
Nothing-
Nothing can
no-
bother him. Well,
Nothing makes him nervous ever. Drew's
that's
never
very
nervous.
on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew is
Cool,
that's
calm,
one
and
of
collected.
that's one of the great qualities about Drew.
Not for you, Josh. That was the weird part of it. And
You're
I
right.
remember feeling calm because of you. A little
That's
bit.
the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I know.
Are you sure it was me? Are you sure?
Yeah, I
Like, it's
think-
a
How would he
dream.
mistake you for
Don't know the
somebody
guy
else?
in the passenger seat though.
You're-
Wasn't
People
somebody I
always
knew,
Unique.
mistake me for
but he
someone
was
else.
kind of helping Mike fly it, so he kind of knew what he was doing in a way. Or
Okay.
it was just so crazy.
Zach in Brookfield, I'm surprised, Ed, you're not analyzing the flight and aerodynamics of the near crash, given your obsession with plane crashes. It is true. I've seen every episode of Air Disasters on Smithsonian Channel, and they
course.
completely are riveting. Some people don't even want to see or hear about
I think
that
I've seen
stuff.
one of those on YouTube. It's Smithsonian, right? Yeah, I think I've seen
they're all incredible in just the various ways in which things screw up and they end up going down. Luckily, haven't had a major jet crash in this country in over 20 years. Flying has never been safe.
Boeing Dreamliner's never had one mechanical issue ever since it's been in the air, by the way.
Mm.
It's for like 10 years.
Really?
The 787, the Dreamliner, the Boeing, when it came out in 13, I think.
Thanks
Yeah.
for jinxing that, boys.
All right. So, hey, how about that Sewell
Jeez.
Douglas trade, huh? Pivot.
Pivot.
Well, can I get the quick, put a quarter in your jukebox, Coon? Put a quarter in your guys' jukebox, Billy and Armin? What are your thoughts?
What did we expect? I mean, it is this shocking to you? Is this terrible to you? Where
It
does this hit?
surprised me. It doesn't make sense to me.
You know, it doesn't not make sense though, right? I mean, you get yourself $6.5 million in cap space for next year. You get yourself about 60 picks up in the draft for next year. So you're just kind of trimming a couple things here or there and trying to, add this team with youth going forward. It's been this process now for a year, and it's going to continue to be this process for the foreseeable future until we finish cashing off that big credit card, until we pay off that huge credit card that we got sitting out there.
Billy, jukebox thoughts on this deal?
Pretty similar. I didn't necessarily anticipate it, but if there's going to be a guy that a team would want, I get why Rasul Douglas was that guy and can add a little bit of veteran savvy to a backfield and a secondary that's kind of just that.
And
Armin?
it sounds like Buffalo was the one that reached out. It wasn't the
Because they were trying to get Jalen Johnson,
Absolutely.
and apparently the Bears were asking for the moon and the stars.
Well, they lost Trey White earlier in the year. I think, a lot of trades are counterintuitive for a lot of people because the first thing they think is, why'd you trade him? He's good. But that's the reason you can trade somebody at their highest value when other teams want him when they're actually playing well. And so I don't really expect the trade to happen because they don't happen often and the Packers don't make them that often. But this one makes sense because he was the one guy giving you some decently consistent performance. I think they're going to miss him, obviously, leadership wise and all those things he was doing. But listen, this is the type of year this is. I mean, you have to be sellers and you have to go through it.
One of
now.
the last times they've been sellers was
They have to, but-
2018. And part of that reason why Ty Montgomery got shipped out at that deadline was because Mike McCarthy told him,
That's
hey,
a little different.
kneel down in the end zone on
Right.
this kickoff.
Yeah.
Narrator.
He deserved
didn't.
he deserved to be shipped
Kneel
out
down.
for
But
that.
look, that's
So-
decent value for a guy you
All
picked
right.
up off the scrap heap.
So
Right.
yeah, well, but you're only scooching up 2 rounds. It's scooch up. You had to give a fifth.
It's going from a day 3 to a day 2.
That's pretty good.
I'm unmoved by that value. If it wasn't for the salary cap,
Good move.
if it wasn't for the salary cap savings, can you justify the move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, 60 picks usually takes 2 picks, or you're talking about another day 3 pick to kind of go on up in that realm. So, yeah, I think it makes sense.
I don't think Rasul is going to materially change
And
the
you can't
future of the
ju-
franchise.
And
So
you can't just throw out the cap savings either. I mean, what are you talking about here?
Well, I'm
I
just
mean-
trying to scope where the value in the trade was.
Well, let me throw a couple things out there. There are really good, capable linemen out there that are journeymen that are getting picked up for about $1.5 million a year, and then there are really good blocking tight ends, which we seem to need right now, that are signing for $3 million a year. So you could get 2 interior offensive linemen, journeymen, and a blocking tight end for next year for the same price of a Rasul Douglas. What's our biggest problem right now?
Just got to pick better in the third round. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
But that's not.
just do that.
Godspeed,
Yeah, just
my
do
friend.
that.
Just got to pick the right guy. You need good personnel analysis. To
Are you
pick.
listening, Goody? That's all you have to
Well, I'm not saying it's easy.
Just pick
I'm
the
just
right
saying
guy.
that's the most important factor is
Just pick it.
identifying the right talent and getting it.
Well, I really liked Rasul Douglas.
Well, I think I did too. That's why he was traded.
I'm
I'm
not-
curious. I'm curious. A lot of people really liked Rizul. What was it?
He played with a
specifically?
swagger and an awareness and a fire and a moxie to him. Great ball skills. He seemed like the only guy that was really there, present, doing things on a week-to-week basis, or one of the handful of guys. So, and we're kind of thin at corner now.
Yeah, Carrington's probably going to start there.
So, yeah, I kind of want to still have a season. I guess I'm also
Oh,
the
they're gonna have a
minority there.
season.
They're going to field the team.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing.
Okay. I wanted to have more than just we're filling out the schedule.
Oh, Packers are favorite. this week.
Delusional as I may be, I feel like the season.
So you were
is
trying to
being
go to the playoffs?
I wanted
Playoffs?
to keep having a season.
I
Talking
get it.
about playoffs?
I get,
Sounds like trying to go to the playoffs.
no, I get not wanting to give up. I get that. It's an instinct I have too.
Wait a second. Zabe wanted. I'm confused.
Yeah, let me
here.
just go ahead. And start this
Zabe
over.
wanted to forfeit
Just
Yes.
turn
a
this
game in
down.
Arizona when
Yeah,
Aaron
start
Rodgers
that
was the
over.
quarterback.
Right.
But now he wants to field every player that we have, not trade them because he wants to
2 and 5 doesn't mean it's over.
Yes, it does.
And losing 4 straight games, including one on Monday Night Football to a team who just fired their GM and head coach
Wow.
in
And
the
offensive
middle of the
coordinator.
night. They got back from trick-or-treating, and Mark Davis was standing there with a big old axe, and he was the Grim Reaper at Josh McDaniel's house.
Well,
Get
3
out
and
of
5
here,
because
kid.
we're winning this weekend. So 3 and 5, you can already put it down. We're gonna win this weekend.
$20?
I'll give you $20. We're gonna win.
Wow.
Yeah, we're winning. Packers will
Oh,
win this
Armin put his
weekend.
money where his
Armin-
mouth is. Let's go.
Armin, you're laying 3. In
I'm getting the 3 points, by the way.
Oh, I thought we were just doing a straight
No.
bet.
No,
We'll
it is-
renegotiate. We'll
Oh, that was
renegotiate.
straight up.
No, you're not.
Yeah, thank you.
renegotiating.
That
was like a
You're
straight
laying
up
That
bet
was
to me.
straight
Thank you,
up.
John.
That
Thank
was
you,
like
John.
a straight up
Straight
bet
That
to
was a
me.
money line bet.
Money- Well, you got to give him money line odds then.
I will definitely buy you
Oh,
one.
so I
If
get
you
plus
took
money?
him-
Let's just do
No,
it.
Yeah,
let's
you
go
get-
straight up.
Good.
I'll do
Why
it.
don't we
You're
talk about it during the
Armin, you're-
break? When we go to break.
Yeah, let's get a break.
You know.
All right,
we
sorry,
can do
Josh. I'm sorry.
that. Well, just I was told we got to get out
Josh,
of 5
Josh
wide
is
earlier.
busy in 25 minutes, so we got to get on
I
out
was,
of here.
I was
All right,
told, I was
sorry,
told 5 wide
Sorry,
can't
man.
go 18
Sorry,
minutes
man.
anymore. So we go 18 minutes.
Sorry,
I was
dude.
having fun.
With
Yeah.
8 minutes of.
That's
You're
on
the
me.
one that wanted it to go 10 minutes.
Sorry, our listeners were having fun. It's okay.
God,
Don't
tell me
worry
what
about
you
it.
want.
Don't
All
worry
right,
about it.
all
Then
right.
Stick with it.
All right, we'll
You
buy
guys
Josh
keep
lunch.
giving him the fun. It's Josh's shit.
All right. Tag your
The
at. 9 to
opposite.
noon is next. See you, everybody.